Lights, camera, action!
Alright, so let me begin by giving y'all an update on the fires. The fires are still burning. The Palisades and Eaton fires, they're still burning, but there's been a lot of progress made as far as containment. The Palisades fire is at about 75% containment. Eaton fire is about 95%. So, firefighters have done an amazing job getting these fires under control. They're still burning, but they've got these fires under control. However, a couple of new fires popped up yesterday, Wednesday. Today is Thursday. I'm filming this on Thursday, the 23rd. So yeah, yesterday a couple of fires popped up. One of them is called the Hughes Fire. The Hughes Fire is a little like northwest of LA. It's like probably a little further north of Santa Clarita. As of right now, it's at 36% containment. That's not a small fire. According to Watch Duty, it's already like burned through more than 10,000 acres. To put that in perspective, the Eaton Fire, which totally like decimated the community of Altadena, threatened like Pasadena and those areas, has burned about 14, maybe 15,000 acres. So the Hughes Fire has done some damage like in the 2 days that it's been burning. It's still burning. The other new fire is the Sepulveda Fire. That one, it looks like they've got kind of under control. It's like at 60% containment. Hasn't done that much damage, so I think that, that one's good, but still burning. Now, if you're wondering why I keep mentioning that these fires are still burning, it's because that means these fires are still releasing, like, all this shit in the air that we are, like, inhaling. As I mentioned in the previous videos, think of all the toxins, all the asbestos and lead and arsenic and chemicals and plastics. Just think of all that stuff. It's in the air and we are breathing it in. That's why when I do leave the house, I mask up, even though it feels like the vast majority of my fellow Angelinos are not masking up, because when I step outside, man, don't nobody have a mask on. I went to Target earlier to get some dishwashing liquid. I haven't been washing dishes, and because of that, I haven't been cooking. I've been eating out, Uber Eats, and terrible, bad decisions. But when I stepped out to get dishwashing liquid, yeah, I was just like, ain't nobody out here wearing a mask, man. So whatever. Yesterday, my air purifier arrived, so it's been running. It's pretty cool. It's got like a little particulate, not counter, but measurer. Hold on. Just went and got the user manual. So it's got a particulate monitor. And, it's supposed to do the same job as like the apps. Lets you know kind of like how much is in the air. The higher the number, of course, the worse it is, the higher the amount of like these toxic particles or whatever. I don't know how accurate it is. I don't even know like what the threshold is, but it's on the purifier. Looked like a cool feature to have. I don't even know if this thing is working, but I'm gonna put my faith in it. Speaking of air quality here in LA, it's a pretty big topic of discussion on social media. I don't have nobody else to talk to. I'd be on social media. But no, for real, like a lot of folks are just like I'm seeing it, like a lot of folks who I know have always been kind of like die-hard, I love LA folks are just like, I love LA, but I might have to get out of here. It's because, people are worried about their health. We're not really getting any information about the toxins and stuff in the air, in the water, because this is also affecting like the water supply. And you couple that with, things like, how people haven't been working, how, everyone in the industry are just having a difficult time. It's just like everyone is really looking to leave. And, in the aftermath of these fires, you've got landlords who are raising rents like to just insane levels. And even though the government's supposed to be cracking down on them or whatever, one woman posted about how she looked at an apartment in Leimert Park. Understand, Leimert Park is not anywhere near like where these fires have taken place. She said that she had an appointment to look at an apartment, but because of everything that was happening, she canceled that appointment. She's like, I'll do it later. She went to reschedule and saw that the same apartment she was scheduled to look at, the rent had increased by $700. She was like, say what, say huh? So yeah, things are looking pretty bleak in the City of Angels. And I know a lot of y'all are just like, stick it out, Jay, thug it out, you can do it, keep your eye on the prize and all that good stuff, but... And then on top of just kind of like, all the environmental calamities and all this shit that we're facing, man, it's expensive out here. It's like, I'm doing okay, but that 1-2 punch, man, of inflation and my job like kind of fucking us over the past couple of years has made me really see it's just like, yo, I was doing fine. All of a sudden I wasn't. And I'm still catching up, but it's to a point to where it's just like I'm looking at what I'm spending my money on. And it's just like, yeah, I'm spending money for the privilege to live in a city where the air is poison and everything is needlessly expensive. And I don't feel like that I'm able to take advantage of what this place is supposed to offer me. Like, I don't mind paying a premium to live somewhere, but it's just like, feels like this town is going to shit. What's the point, I can live someplace else where I've got family or friends and my rent is damn near half as much. It's looking mighty attractive. Speaking of, I was talking to my homeboy Kay, and I was just kind of like, there are two things that I want to do. I want to enjoy my life, and I want to make movies. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to do either of those anytime soon if I stay stuck where I am. And he was funny. He was just like, look, you didn't ask me for advice on what to do. He was just like, you wanted confirmation for what you already know. And I was like, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. As I said, I have not been out since New Year's Eve. And I'm sick of staying in the house. I got cabin fever. I'm about to mask up and then go have a drink. Yeah.
A lot of model bitches check for me, nigga don't check for me unless you got checks for me. I kept a split like a hobo, no checking me. Way back when D-Lo had this body trust you. So many hoes had to get up, I said to me. She left her body home and brought her net to me. I did a walk through, they sent a jet to me. Y'all niggas show price less than my trophy. One of my arms were particular. Watch so much that a car came with me. Back in the day, I used to walk with no mask on. Shit on my wrist, I would've killed the whole house for. And I went to school high, I ain't go to class though. I was with the OGs, learning about the glass though.
This glass is filled to the rim with vodka, so I have to sip it very carefully. What a night, what a night, what a night. Been hanging out with good people, talking about a lot of shit. Been talking about the future of Los Angeles. I mean, everyone is feeling it out here, so here's what it is. But I had to come out for a drink or four. I might have another drink. Might have a fifth. Because I need it. Hilarious. Y'all are hilarious.
Had to be a little saucy.
Alright, coming soon. Hopefully coming soon. I had a good time tonight. Saw just a lot of good people I hadn't seen in a minute. Because again, I have not been going out. But, I did talk to one of my boys about how I've been feeling. And he's an LA native. And he was pretty much just like, look, he's like, I love you,
you've contributed a lot to like this community, and I would hate to see you go, but you gotta do what's best for you. And he was just like, he would hate for me to be one of those people that has come to LA and then leaves LA and then like never comes back, doesn't keep in touch, doesn't, you know, whatever. And I was just like, yeah, I don't want to be that person, because I do love you guys. I do love the friends that I've made here, and I don't want to be that person that leaves and doesn't keep in touch and doesn't, you know, like whatever. But I also just found out that like Hollywood is in trouble. Finding out about places that are closing, bars, restaurants, whole fucking hotels that are closing. And I'm just like, these are places that make up the fabric of Hollywood, the fabric of Los Angeles. And if all of these places are closing and people already like can't find work or already struggling, and we've got these fucking wildfires that are destroying entire neighborhoods, displacing entire communities, and all these people are looking for like places, affordable places to live, and can't find them because landlords are price gouging. What do you think is going to happen to this city? What do you think is happening to this city? You know, my buddy that I was talking to, that I mentioned that I was thinking about leaving, he told me that he read something, an article or a study or something. And he was like, you know, 10 years ago, Los Angeles, it ranked in like, you know, the 10 most expensive cities in the country. But it was below like New York, San Francisco, all these other places. There was still a way to kind of like make it work. But in like this recent study or whatever, Los Angeles was the #1 most expensive city in the country, like to live in the country. That's what my buddy told me. LA native. And he straight up, you know, he was just like, you know, his family's here. He's got roots here. He'll always be fine here, but he understands. He understands what it is for folks like myself who we come here and if we're lucky, we find family. So, yeah, friends, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what it is, but it really does feel like Los Angeles is on the decline. And that's very, very, very sad to me. So this week, they've been doing renovations on our building. And we found out, actually, I want to say Wednesday morning, at around maybe 7 or 8 o'clock, when the renovations began. My landlord didn't send out like any kind of email, no phone call, no text message, no nothing. And it was funny because I did see some people walking around the building last week. They were official, they looked official. I was like, whatever. I have to assume that this is what they were doing. They were kind of inspecting what they wanted to do, which is pretty much tear down like the stairs that are like on the side and back of the building. So yeah, every morning this week has been extremely loud because they've been hammering and sawing and doing whatever else. And it's all been pretty much next to my bedroom. I was able to get a little rest last night thanks to the alcohol-induced slumber I was in, but it's been a week. It's been a week. I do want to mention that we are supposed to get rain this weekend. Tomorrow is Saturday, so we're supposed to get rain Saturday, Sunday, and when I looked at the weather app earlier today, they added Monday to that.
Y'all know I have never ever been the biggest fan of rain, but California is extremely dry, which is why, you know, all these wildfires are giving us issues right now. So the rain will be welcome. In addition to like helping, you know, in like putting out these fires, the rain will go, will do a lot to like push a lot of the toxic stuff out of the atmosphere. I mean, it won't completely, you know, clear the air, but good 2-3 solid days of rain should get like a good amount of the harmful material out of the air. At least, you know, at least enough to where LA can be an outside city again. You know, I read something else that kind of put it all in perspective. It's just like, yeah, you know, we're dealing with some toxic shit in the air, but LA has never really been known for having like the best air like in the country or whatever. You know, it's not like, pretty much what I read said that the air was shit anyway. Of course, you know, the wildfires introduced like a lot more elements, you know, into the mix, but it's not like we were out here just like breathing the healthiest you know, healthiest shit to begin with. That's why everyone is so fixated on like their air quality apps and, you know, all that stuff, is because, yeah, the air out here is not good. So, yeah. It is what it is, folks. All right. I've been extremely unfocused today. So let me get to work so that these folks will give me a paycheck at the end of the week. I'm not going to go out tonight. I did it last night. I got it out of my system. It was good to see people like in person, get to talk to people and hang out and be a little rambunctious. But I think that tonight and this weekend, going to keep in the crib. As my buddy Blinks would say, I'm going to be enjoying my rent.
Got 4 choppers this full. Right before rapping, on God, I was trapping. Still get my Glock and liqueur. I got my cake from Osama Bin Laden. Lil' nigga, he signed this shit. I'm pro a gang. If you use from my chain, then a nigga gon' die in this bitch. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, wagon. Y'all nigga doing